over, but the conversation is about to begin. It's time for the Black and Gold Rush with Travis and Ross.
Iowa 38, Rutgers 28 as the Hawkeyes kick off the Big Ten season with a victorious game on the road in New Jersey. Just finished up, and welcome to the Black and Gold Rush live from the Iowa Lottery Studios. If you are listening to us on the audio stream at therushradio.com, on the Rush Radio Android app or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter right now, thank you. Start leaving your comments in the comment section. Most of all, you can start letting us know what you feel at 515-517-2303. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson, live at the lake in Canada. You know, Ross, a completely different first half from second half, but Iowa finds a way to get this victory tonight.
Yeah, where my buddy Ryan might have said it best, we're a rare game where the offense bails out the defense in a way. Defense gives up 28, more than we thought they'd give up, and offense comes through and plays nice. Mark Rowski's probably going to be the subject of the conversation tonight, and it was a good game for Mark Rowski. There's a lot to pick apart, but this is a big win, and when it mattered most, Mark Rowski played great. So fun to see it and a great day to be a Hawk.
Let me ask you this. If I would have asked you this morning on our show, the Rush Radio Show, which you can hear Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., if I would have said, hey, the Hawks give up 28 points to Rutgers, would you have said win or loss?
Oh, loss. Yeah.
I'm kind of with you.
Oh, man. 28? This offense isn't going to be built to be able to keep up with that. And Travis, if I would have told you that the halftime score was going to be, what was it? Was it 24-21 at halftime?
What was it at halftime? It was 24-24 at halftime, or 21-21 at halftime.
21-21. Neither of us would have believed that either. We had a conversation earlier about, could the Hawkeyes win a close game? And most of the guys, we have a bunch of Hawkeye fans here on the island. It was like, no, probably not. Need to get out early. Man, Weegan has that opening kickoff, and it was off to the races. This is going to be a great game. We're going to have a lot of fun. One of the guys on the island looks and says, hey, this is going to be a roller coaster.
And it was a roller coaster, definitely a roller coaster. And it was a roller coaster for fans who are watching and listening right now at 515-517-2303. It's time to let the voices be heard. Let's go to Des Moines. That's where Steven is. Steven, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on, Steven? Steven, you there?
Good win.
Yeah, good win. Very good win.
Can you hear me? Yeah. No, I was just surprised. New Jersey, well, John from New Jersey is at the game, he's like been your first caller.
Well, you get the honor tonight, sir.
Yeah,
you get the honor tonight.
What'd you think, man?
No, I didn't expect the honor. I didn't expect to carry the torch. So no, what I think I started watching the game on DVR at 9:00. So I had to work, caught up to it, which I don't know. That's maybe number 2 is like too many commercials, man. I caught up to it in the fourth quarter, but man, I was worried. So I was worried. We run that one back, and we have a brand new game at 12 minutes in because they just answered back. Man, they got some stud receivers at Rutgers, and I'm like, shoot. I don't know. It was a good win, great win. It's Rutgers, but it's a great win. But it's Rutgers. I guess that's my resonating feeling. I'm talking through with you guys,
I see what you're saying though, Steven. Though you get worried. It's 24-28. The Hawks are down, and I see what you're saying here. I kind of did the same thing in that moment. I was
worried after they ran the kickoff back, and boom, they go dart, tie game.
Yeah, early in the game, I wasn't.
In the first quarter.
Early in the game, I didn't care as much as late in the game when I thought they were going to lose. I started thinking about the rest of the season. And I started thinking about those conversations Travis and I have been having about how big this game was and what it would mean. And maybe that's something. It is a 10-point victory. This was a close game. this was a close game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And to that
Entertaining
point,
game.
yeah.
Very
Thanks,
entertaining.
Steven. Appreciate the call, man.
Very
Thanks for getting us started,
entertaining.
bud.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep. You bet.
515-517-2303. Let's go to Rod, who's in Grimes. Rod, welcome to the Rush Radio Show and the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on?
Hey, guys. My comments are really brief. I just wanted to say thank you for doing this show. Travis, when you go to visit your family, Ross, you're up fishing. I've listened to your radio show for a long time on Iowa Heart, and now that you're on the Rush Radio, I appreciate you guys. The fact that you do this show, you come on for the Hawk fans. I'm an Iowa graduate. My son's an Iowa graduate. He's 22 years old. He's like, hey, Dad, you should call into the show. I'm like, what? He's like, call into the show. Tell me what you think. I'm like, well, I think they're awesome. So that's it. That's all I got. I'm sorry, guys.
No
Well,
need to
thanks,
apologize.
That's
No
very
need
nice
to
of you.
apologize, man. Thanks for the phone call. I appreciate it. It's always
Take
good.
care, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I mean, you look at it as you look at the numbers, Ross, and what's really going to bother Rutgers during this, and you're right, it is a closer game. The 10-point victory is nice. It's a closer game than 10 points. I think one thing that Rutgers is going to look back is the penalties. I mean, they were penalized at key times, especially on the drive that Iowa scored the go-ahead touchdown. They stopped him on third down, and they got called for a holding call, and Iowa got a first down after that, went on to score. They were
Couple of big
penalized.
breaks, man. Couple of places like that where those penalties or mistakes or, quite frankly, you know, we haven't said anything yet positive about the defense. I mean, hell, I said the offense saved the defense, right? The defense did do one thing great, and that was an adjustment at halftime, right, Trav?
Yep.
Much better performance in the second half than in the first half. Not just on third down, but that's where it made the biggest difference, I think.
I sent this out over an hour ago, and how prophetic it turns out to be. I said, I've been wrong before, but getting the feeling that a turnover by either team will be the difference in this game. And that interception that Iowa pulled off late was really the difference that led to the 10-point victory. Let's go back to the phones at 515-517-2303. Let's go to Ed in West Des Moines. What's going on, Ed?
Hey, what's happening?
Not much.
Yeah, calling from over at Uncle Mitchie's house here in West Des Moines. Just wanted to say that we're just really excited. Let's hear it!
That's a fan. Man, you had a hell of a party at Mitch's house.
Party.
That's a West Des Moines party.
I like it.
That's right. No cake eaters here, even though we're in West Des Moines. The Hawkeyes, they utilize a workmanlike ethic, put up the points. How about the Hawkeyes?
Isn't it amazing, Ross, what a road victory against a Big Ten team can make a fan base feel like?
I love it. That's fantastic. Good job, Ed and the crew, for having fun out in West Des Moines. It's what a win does. You nailed it, man. Like,
and not a win against
totally
UAlbany. Not a win
yeah.
against UMass. What a win against a Big Ten team does. And we heard, I forget who it was earlier, said, you know, it's Rutgers. That's what he's concerned about. Rutgers is not a bad team. They're a banged-up team. They played with a lot of emotion tonight. They came out and really punched Iowa in the face in that first half, and Iowa adapted. The key really was the Hawks, they were just in better shape, bigger and stronger towards the end, and I just thought wore Rutgers out. And Rutgers wasn't prepared, I think, for the pressure that came on late, and it really showed with the Hawks. Let's go to 515-517-2303. This ought to be another one. I love it when Owen puts in the call screener drunk. We're going to the Bush family. Bush family, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios.
Yep, Richard.
Oh, we got a lot of parties
told me,
tonight.
Dick, they started drinking early. I'm just going to step out and let them take over.
All righty.
We got Sandy and Ginger. Sandy, Ginger, and Alana. And the hairiest bush of all. So this is This is Alada Bush. First name Alada, last name Bush. What do you guys think about the run game? Because I'm starting to think that our pass game is looking better than our running game.
Ooh. I don't agree with that.
I would agree with you, Ross.
The passing game. Ooh, man. Well, who was this? I'm sorry. We had Sandy Ginger. This is Alada. Listen,
this is Alada Bush.
Listen, Lottie Bush.
It's Alada. No, not Alada. Alada.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alada. Alada. The
AOLTTA.
We'll work on spellings later. I don't
How
think
do you guys feel about
game,
the passing game?
I don't think the passing game is as good as the numbers are going to say tonight. I mean, Mark Gronowski having a game of 12 of 18, 186, and he has 3 touchdowns to the ground. Didn't throw a touchdown, and he had a couple of bad passes. He had a couple of good passes today also. So, and I've beat him up a lot, and I want to give credit where credit's due. What's that?
A whole lot of bad passes.
I mean,
a whole lot of bad
No. Hold on. Let me back you up there. No, I'm not going to say a whole lot. There were some bad passes. Ross is correct. There were some passes that should have been caught that may not have been the best pass, but there were some. When you get hit square in the hands and you drop the ball, that's not all on Mark Gronowski.
But that happened a few times, and more times than that happened, it was a bad pass. I mean, he had missed a couple of open wide receivers. It happened in big moments again. So we can't. I don't want to say, man, look at this. We're now a passing team, and the running is now the second course. It still has to be a run-first offense. You've still got a stable of good running backs, and the offensive line is built for that. And by the way, all the scoring came on the ground today. So I don't think we should let the 186 yards of passing, which seems amazing for a Hawkeye fan. 186 yards through the air? Man, we must have scored 42 points. No, it's not a lot in college football. So I don't think we can rely on the passing game.
You know, I was super disappointed in Kurt tonight. He didn't chew the gum.
Oh, he was chomping. Yeah, Lotta, he was giving that gum hell.
Yeah, give her hell. Guess what? And then he might need an eye bluff. Garage door open tonight, fellas.
All righty, give us
late into the night. The Bush family leaving the
Bush family's going late.
The garage door open. I like it.
Oh yeah, the Bushes are just getting going.
All right.
One last thing.
Okay.
Ready? And by the way.
Oh, did you hang up on him?
I didn't hang up.
I heard, and by the way.
Yeah, maybe they hung up on themselves. Maybe they're leaving his holding for next week. Yeah. Ross, I'm kind of with you. They still ran the ball for 160 yards tonight. Rutgers really lined up front. They were going to stop the run. And when you have a defense that's going to – I think most teams are going to look at Iowa and say, if you want to beat us through the air. That's what I would do. Until you prove me wrong, beat me through the air, we're going to try to stop the run. Iowa still went for 160 yards on the ground, 186 yards through the air. That's pretty balanced. And late, they got some big runs as well. So Kamari Moulton had, what do you have? He had 14 carries for 68 yards, a long of 11. Gronowski second on the team in rushing with 55 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. His longest also 11 yards. 515.
The one stat you didn't mention, though, Travis, he also had 13 carries. And
yes.
I think that's a lot for again, this is the only year I'm loving much better performance. The performances have gotten better each week. There's still some things to pick apart, but did a great job today and led the team down for a fourth quarter game-winning drive.
Andy in Des Moines, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush in the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on, Andy?
Oh, my God. You guys are going to make me follow the Bush family.
I know. It's a hard act to follow.
Stay the course, Andy.
You're good. It is a hard act to follow, and my wife and I are on the way home from the Beaverdale Fall Festival where we do, I'm going to put in a shameless plug, the egg rolls at the Holy Trinity Fall Festival extravaganza. So have listeners come out tomorrow for that. You're all invited. I know you guys aren't there, but that being said, how many times has Iowa faced Kelly McManus? And my feeling today was, even as the game started and as he was tearing Iowa apart, I had the feeling that Iowa had his number, because I don't think either at Minnesota or at Rutgers he's ever beaten Iowa.
He hasn't. He's yet to beat Iowa. He's never beaten Iowa.
Okay.
Yeah. So
listen, but he played great tonight. He played really, really good. I mean, 300 yards to the air against the Iowa defense is really an impressive performance. Obviously, he doesn't get the win and ends with that interception. 24 of 40, 330 yards, no TDs. He did have the one interception. He looks good, but again, they were banged up on the offensive line. They're missing an offensive tackle. Rutgers was missing quite a bit. And we talked about that with Tyler Kluver this morning, about that emotional rush, coming out and being emotionally ready. It's going to be hard to sustain over a season, but when you're emotional and you know your back's against the wall, you can play with a different gear. But as the game went along, that gear, they downshifted. They went from fourth to third, then eventually to second, and they just ran out of gas, and Iowa had more in the gas tank. Andy, thanks for the phone call, man. I appreciate it. 515-517-2303. Let's go over to Cedar Rapids. That's where Jackie is. Jackie, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush in the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on?
Oh, hi. Thanks for taking my call. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh, thank you, Jackie.
I just wanted to make a... Sure. I just had a simple observation. It seemed to me like the Rutgers team had a lot of injuries during the game, and unless I missed something, Iowa didn't have any. And to my mind, that means that we're a much better conditioned team than that team was.
Jackie, there were several times when they would either come back from TV or they went to break because there was a Rutgers player. I mean, at 3 or 4, I feel like. That's a fair point. And it was at home for Rutgers, so you would have thought that maybe they would have, they hadn't gone through the travel. Yeah, I like that, Jackie. That's a good point.
But it's much better conditioning on our part. And like the point you were just making, they just ran out of gas. And our guys didn't.
And I think that's where conditioning comes in. Injuries are kind of freak, man. I mean, I know what you're saying, but whether it's a knee or an elbow or something like that, that has more to do with how you land, how you get hit. I don't know if conditioning comes into that as much, but I think late in the game,
I think it's a fair thing. When you see it at that numbers, and there were multiple times when Rutgers players were slow to get up, slow to get back to the sideline. Didn't see that with the Hawkeyes. Don't see that very often with the Hawkeyes. And so, yeah, I like that, Jackie. Thank you very much for the phone call, Jackie.
You think what?
Thank you.
No.
Bye-bye.
Oh, no.
I think that's going to carry us through a lot of games.
Hope so, because there's a lot of football to be played yet. Appreciate it, Jackie.
Yes, thank you.
515-517-2303. Let's go up to Ames. That's where Kirk is. Kirk, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on?
Good morning, gentlemen, or good evening, I guess, gentlemen. A couple of things. One, the stat that surprised me the most was at halftime, where it said that Kirk Ferentz is 11-6 when tied at the half. And I thought, of all the games he's coached, he's only been tied at the half 17 times.
That's a great point,
really
actually, Kurt. That's a great point.
So that was a big thing to me. The other thing is that what I worry the most is that you're playing Rutgers, and they've got receivers that are so much taller than Iowa's secondary. And if they're that much taller with Rutgers, what's it going to be like when you go against some much, much better Big Ten teams?
I think that is the concern with when whichever caller it was, whether that was Stephen or Rod, that said, man, this is Rutgers. I think that's part of the concern there, Travis. You're dealing with a Rutgers team that is also beat up a little bit, like you talked about. And the Hawks handled this game, won by 10. We were worried.
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, there was 5 minutes to go in the game. You looked at me and you said, what do you think? And I said, I think they win. And you're like, God, I don't know. And that's when the pick happened. And once they got the pick, then that kind of sealed the deal. But you were worried up until like 5 minutes to go in the game. Then when the turnover happened, I think the sigh of relief came over you.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Kirk, thanks for the phone call. I appreciate it. 515-517-2303. Let's go to Polk City. That's where Alec is. Alec, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on?
What's going on, fellas? Hey, I don't care about the negativity. I was never stressed. Number 11, the Polish Hammer. I loved it. 3 rushing touchdowns. Are you kidding me, guys? Are you kidding me? I'm taking a win as a win, baby. Let's go Hawks. Bye.
See you, Alec.
I love it. Never stressed.
Never stressed. Isn't this, Friday night games, if you lose this game, it can be a miserable weekend. Everybody is going to have a great weekend now, Ross, because everybody's in a good mood. I mean,
yeah, that's exactly. And you should be. You should be.
Yes.
The Hawks won. It's a Big Ten road win. Absolutely. Kurt said the most amazing stat that he saw was the 11-6 when tied at the halftime. I thought he was going to say the amazing stat that he saw, again, that adjustment that happened at halftime. Rutgers was 6 of 8 on third down in the first half.
Yeah.
They put that stat up a couple of times. I wrote that down. I was like, that's impressive. So anyway, great adjustments by the Hawkeyes to get it back.
Here's where the Iowa defense showed up in the second half. What do you think Rutgers ended up for the game, Rod? Don't look at your stats.
I don't, and I don't have that one written down. They were 6 of 8 at the half.
Yes.
I know at one point they were 0 of 3 because it was 3 straight 3-and-outs. So, and they ended. I won't even look at that. They had 5 possessions in the second half. So I'll say they ended 6 of 13.
That's exactly right. 6 of 13. So 6 of 8 in the first half, 6 of 13 for the game. That's where the Iowa defense really clamped down in the second half. 515-517-2303. Let's go down to Indianola. That's where Bubba is. Bubba, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on?
Hi. I just wondered if anybody else.
Hold on. You don't sound like a Bubba. You don't sound like a Bubba.
I'm a Bubba.
Okay.
I like it. Okay, Bubba,
I like
go
it.
ahead. What do you want to share with us? Sorry.
Okay. Maybe I'm all wet, but it seemed like every time Iowa got on a roll, somebody on the Rutgers would be hurt. And I just thought it was kind of fake. I don't know. That's just me.
She thought they were faking the injuries that was slowing down the game. Bubba, that's been something. Go ahead.
I just thought it seemed kind of obvious that every time we started to get on a roll, they would have an injury, and it was then they would get a free timeout, and then I don't know. I just wondered if you guys noticed that or not.
I didn't. It didn't seem to disrupt the flow of the game for me that much, Russ. I never once thought, oh my God, they're faking an injury.
No, Bubba, I appreciate because I've never been a huge fan of they're faking injuries thing, but every now and again it seems like it's absolutely happening. Michigan State for a couple years, it was like, wait, this is odd.
Yeah,
this is odd. And then we had a couple guys even admitted it afterwards. But tonight I did not see that. It's the Carrie just wrote, just like Michigan State. Tonight I didn't see that. I attribute it back to more of what Jackie said. Let's say it's Hawkeye conditioning. Then that makes us feel like,
there's bigger, badder, meaner.
Damn right, it's the Hawkeye conditioning. It's the Hawkeye way. That's what Kirk Ferentz does.
Did you notice the sideline reporter called him Kirk Ferentz tonight?
Oh. Bubba, thank you so much for the phone call. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Bubba. Okay. We got lines open at 515-517-2303. You didn't hear that?
I didn't hear it, no.
Oh, yeah, it was right at the beginning of the game. She butchered Kamari Moulton's name, and then she said Kirk Ferentz, and it set the record last week. And I'm like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not putting myself on a perch. I butcher names all the time. Butcher names. But you have a whole week to get ready for
Travis,
and you're on
he's the
and you're on
winningest
Fox.
coach in Big Ten.
Yes,
the guy's been around. You should know his name.
100%. 100%.
It would be like calling a White Sox game and not knowing how to pronounce Mark Burley's name. Like, I mean, not now. I mean, 20 years ago when Mark Burley. I dated myself there, didn't I?
Just a little bit. I guess she did it at halftime too. I'm like, oh my god.
I didn't hear either one.
She used the French pronunciation of molten, and I think it was Moltine or something. I'm like, who's that? 515-517-2303. Let's go to Webster City. That's where Bus is. Bus, you're making the phone call. It's good to hear you. What's going on?
Hey, boys, it's good to hear you. How about those Hawkeyes?
You're excited up there in Webster City.
Yep, nice win.
Well, we're excited. Scooter and I are about to go out on another late night walk because that's what we were doing the last time we called you guys on the other location a few years back out in the darkness of Webster City at about 1 in the morning. But anyway, hey guys, the only thing I'll say is perfection's the enemy of progress. Let's take some joy in the fact that we got a quarterback that can actually lead some game-winning drives, some responses to some adversity where Rutgers continually either put us behind or answered our own scores, and then at the end led a couple drives to take control of the game. Yep, he's not perfect. Nobody is. But we sure got somebody that can step up when it's got to be done. And kudos to the defense for weathering the storm and stepping up when it really mattered as well. But we got a team that'll fight to the end now, and we got some tools maybe to get the job done down the road. So that's all I wanted to say. Congrats on the show. Want to thank Ross for putting in the time up north. I hope he's catching some fish.
Oh, it's been great, Bus. It's been absolutely awesome. I had an epic day today. Epic day. Yeah, had a lot of fun.
Thanks, buddy.
Awesome to hear. Awesome to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, Bus. The quarterback did play well enough to win that game. There's no... Mark Rowski, this was his best performance of the four we've seen so far. He does have a game-winning drive now. He's got a Big Ten road win. It wasn't perfect, no. Is he a playmaker though? Like, I felt like there's a couple times you see him put his head down and diving for first downs and things. You go, he likes to call his own number when he's at the goal line.
Let me throw this out there. And is he making all the plays we want him to play? No. But you know what I did notice late, Ross, where I think that experience of being a fifth-year guy playing and winning as many games as he has was almost a little bit of composure. Even though the level's higher than I never looked at him and go, he's panicking in this moment. He looked pretty confident. Do you think he panicked?
Again, one time. There was one time, and I can't remember. It was late in the game. It was a third down. He scrambled. But, yeah, again, for the most part, a really good game for Mark Rowski. Really good. He had a couple of bad throws. I'm not knocking on the guy. I'm not being negative at all. Gabe says, Ross, we won. Yeah, I know. I watched the game, and I'm really excited about it. And Gronowski actually played well enough, like I said at the beginning of the show, that the offense saved the defense here in a little way. We didn't think the defense would give up 28. We didn't think the offense would score 38.
We'll take one more before the break. 515-517-2303. Let's go up to Minneapolis. That's where Andrew is. Andrew, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good.
Doing great, bud.
Hey, Ross. How's Canada?
Wonderful, man. It's been, it always is. My favorite place.
I'm glad to ask you. Hey, quick question. Not to be like a downer on the whole game, big Iowa fan, first-time caller, long-time listener. I wish Kluver was here because I'd pick his brain too. But do you guys think Deshaun Lee could be an issue going into those big games? There's a lot of times tonight I was watching and I know he had a bad first half, good second half, but he kind of seems like a problem. That's the only negative I picked away from this game.
And I think, Andrew, that teams are teams go at him.
They went at Lutmer tonight too. They went at Zach Lutmer tonight too. He's the one who got beat deep early on, and they kept going after. Now Lutmer ended up making some plays, but they went after him too. And I'm like, as the season goes along, is that going to be something we see? So I think there's two people there.
Yeah, I agree. TJ Howell played great. I mean, he had a couple potential PIs. I mean, it was all across the board, both teams. But I just felt like Deshaun was really getting picked on, and there were a couple questionable plays, but that's it. But love you guys, love the show. I hope my dad's listening because he'd be cheesing right now if he heard this.
Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Andrew. Appreciate it. All right, 515-517-2303. Owen's our call screener. Give him a call, say hi. He'll be happy to put you on hold, like Senorita Puffer, who's going to be up next, in Austin and Madrid. Again, lines are open. We're here in the Iowa Lottery Studios for the Black and Gold Rush. Quick 1-minute timeout, and we'll be right back.
With the new Blackout Scratch ticket from the Iowa Lottery, you can win the game day experience of your dreams.
That'll be $5.
Enter for a chance to win a VIP experience cheering on the Hawkeyes from the Ironman Suite at Kinnick Stadium.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
You like listening to Travis and Ross talk about the Hawkeyes, so tune in when they talk about everything else. Listen to The Rush with Travis and Ross every day on therushradio.com, YouTube, the TuneIn app, and wherever you get your sports content.
Welcome back to the Black and Gold Rush in the Iowa Lottery Studios. Iowa over Rutgers tonight, 38-28. It improves to 3-1 on the season, 1-0 in the Big Ten Conference. Quick reminder, the Iowa Lottery launched a brand new Iowa Blackout Scratch ticket on August 5th, and it's available at retailers statewide. It's a gorgeous matte black finish. Gameplay information is always available at theiowalottery.com. Lottery players have the opportunity to win up to $50,000 instantly on a scratch ticket. And if you're not a winner, enter a non-winning Iowa Blackout Scratch ticket into your VIP club account for a chance at winning tickets to a Hawkeye football game of your choice. And if you're not a VIP member, just go to iowalottery.com/VIP. We're rolling right along with even more phone calls. Let's get right to them at 515-517-2303. Let's go to Senorita Puffer, who's in Ankeny. Senorita, what's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
Good game. It was a good game. We won, and Gronowski is improving. And I think if he improves every game, that's not a bad thing. We're going to keep getting better. It was kind of a fun game to watch, which I enjoyed quite a bit. And then, defense first half looked a little rough. I kept telling my son, I'm like, he's going to make adjustments. Halftime, Phil's going to make adjustments. Made some adjustments, and we did just fine.
I would agree.
I agree with all that. Fun game, man. I was worried. I got to be honest. I'm glad it was a fun game and the Hawks win, but man, there was a moment I was like, if they would have lost this game.
I didn't feel like a stress tonight.
I like that.
Ross, was it because?
I'm not sure why.
And I'm asking both you and Senorita Puffer this. And Ross, you said you were stressed. Was it just because the offense had yet to be able to prove something to you through the first 3 games of the season?
Travis, I was stressed because the Hawkeyes didn't know that they were going to win, and I started to think about those conversations we'd had about the weight of this game, and if you lose this game, what does that mean? Because it means you can't beat Indiana, and it means you can't beat blah blah blah, and you can't. And my brain was going to do all that stuff. That's what I was worried about. Was taking tonight a loss against Rutgers and projecting, and that's right. Senorita Puffer's right, and I love that you said your first thing you said was this was a fun game. Yeah, this was a fun game. Hawks get an interception, you get a kickoff return for a touchdown. Defense plays good in the second half. Offense gets a
And
couple
even
of
more
nice,
exciting.
Yeah. What was that?
More exciting. All the women that have called in.
All the women.
All the women that have called in.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ladies love us. The ladies love us.
Let's hear it for the women.
That's right.
We used to say the old show was God's favorite radio show. Now this is the ladies' favorite radio show.
There you go.
Thank you, Senorita.
All right. Have a good night.
Yep.
And I get,
Five
listen,
one-
I know we got to go. We got to go on, but at some point we got to talk about Bubba was a lady.
I know that kind of threw me off. I don't know what I was waiting for, but when Bubba came on and it was a female voice, I was like,
and then she like we were like, oh, we didn't expect. And she goes, yeah, Bubba. Anyway, I want to talk about
515-517-2303. Let's go to Madrid. That's where Austin is. Austin, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on?
How are we doing, gentlemen?
Good.
What's up, bud?
So, I mean, I'm a bucket full of emotions right now. First and foremost, I still don't feel like we really have any questions answered. It's still early enough in the year. We don't know if Rutgers is any good. We don't know if the defense looked like crap because Rutgers' offense has been so high-powered. They did put up a lot of points in all the earlier games. We don't know if our offense looks so good because Rutgers is so poor. I know you guys cover it this morning. Both sides of Rutgers' line was pretty thin, and Iowa was expected to dominate. So it's hard to tell, really where we stand. I did get the feeling early on in the game, like that first half especially, it felt like we were playing Purdue. We were just getting absolutely sliced and diced in the secondary. And those receivers, I don't know if they're NFL talent or not, but man, they were making NFL catches. There were several catches where the defense was as near perfect as you can be, and they were coming down with it. And it was so frustrating to see what receivers with hands can do. And it was just one of those things. Like, obviously we got the win. That's great. And I still don't know how I feel about the team.
Okay, Austin, I'm going to ask you a simple question. What's going to make you feel good about the team? Is it going to be if they beat Indiana, do you feel better? I mean, really, what's going to make you feel better? A complete game from the offense and defense? Is it going to be a certain win against a certain team? What's going to make you feel better?
I do think Indiana would be a better litmus test than Rutgers, just because Rutgers, that credit to them, they've got a better team than they have historically, but they're still Rutgers, guys. Like, I do think a win against Indiana would be much more of a relief off the chest of, okay, these guys have got something going. It's just one of those things. Iowa, we've been watching them for years. Good teams, they play close. Bad teams, they play close. And so a game against the Rutgers where we don't actually know where they fall doesn't actually give us any answers.
Austin, I understand what you're saying, and I can't convince you that you're wrong, because tonight didn't answer any of those questions that you want to have answered. But let me make you feel a little bit better, okay? Because the only thing that the Hawkeyes could have done today.
I'm listening.
All right, man. The only thing the Hawkeyes could have done today was play Rutgers and beat Rutgers, right? And they went to Rutgers and they got a chance to do that and they beat them. And even though the game didn't look, I completely agree with you in that the game didn't exactly look at times the way we were hoping it would. If earlier today I would have asked you, what do you think the final score of the game is going to be, or what do you hope the final score of the game is going to be, would you have had the Hawks winning by 10?
Yeah, but it would have been 17-7.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
And instead, it looked a little bit different. It looked a little bit different, but it ended exactly the way your Friday night is ending exactly the way you were hoping it was going to. Right. Your favorite team won.
Yeah. And
you're good, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be like a pessimist or anything. Like I'm still super pumped that the Hawks won. Like that was all I wanted out of my Friday night. But just the game's over. I'm coming down. Veer's starting to take hold, and so now I'm trying to go over analytical with things, and I'm really I'm trying to Monday morning quarterback this stuff.
Okay, and here's what you're doing: you're protecting your emotions for future weeks. You're protecting your emotions for Indiana if that goes wrong. You're protecting your emotions for Minnesota or something like that. You're like, you want to commit, but you're like, I don't want to take a sucker punch to the kidneys later on, right? I mean, you're kind of protecting yourself. Just saying.
I will say Gronowski looked the best that he's had. There were at least watching the game, I felt like I clocked like 2 just really bad passes. Obviously, tight end to the flat when it was 3rd and short, missed them. They had to punt. Tight end, again, wide open right in front of the goal line, missed it. Outside of that, his passes looked much better. Like last week, he completed a lot of passes, and even the completed passes weren't good. The receivers just grabbed them. This week, I thought he hit people in stride.
For the most part, there's a few of those passes that are
kind
even
of
long.
Pulled up a little bit.
There's a few of those passes that are even long completions where guys are going.
That first drive was a little wonky.
Yeah, that's all right. Go ahead, Austin.
I was just going to say, that first drive, I mean, obviously they go 3 and out and it looks terrible, but I mean, that first big long pass, he definitely underthrew it. Receiver still should have caught it. I thought they could have called a PI. They didn't, but the receiver still should have caught it. And then on 3rd down, I mean, that's just a flat out drop. So, I mean, you're talking about a completely different start of the game. And like, whoo, boy, look at this guy cook if those receivers catch the ball.
I have bad pass written down 4 times. Four different times.
And I have drops written down like 3 times, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
and again, drops are different than bad passes.
They are.
And I hate when we.
However, you can have a drop on a bad pass. You know what I mean?
You can have a catch on a bad pass too.
Yes.
Yep. And we also have catches on bad passes, which is written down again multiple times. He has catches on balls that are underthrown. I don't want to make this beat up Mark Gronowski, but I'm also not going to allow it to be like, oh man, if the receivers could only catch the ball. No, they're trying.
Hey, Austin. Go ahead.
In fairness, I didn't say he was Brady. I said he was the best that we've seen so far.
You are absolutely right about that. He looked better than he's looked all season long. Played better than all of it. The numbers are better. 3 touchdowns running. Leads a drive like that. I think all of those things are. You look at how the team responds around him. That's a really cool thing about tonight. Is that Mark Gronowski, if maybe you don't feel like calling him a playmaker, I think that leader, he did the thing we needed to see him do, which was go on the road, win a Big Ten game. I love Austin. Great call. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thanks, Austin.
I think that's
thanks, guys. Love you.
Thanks, buddy. I think that's an important thing for everybody. It's like, what were your expectations this morning? Did you hope the Hawks would win by 10?
Yeah, and I'm kind of with him. And I think people were worried because they gave up 28 points. That's why I said if I would have told you they gave up 28 points, I think both of us would have been, they're not winning this game.
The fact that they could win, we thought it was gonna. It didn't at all.
515-517-2303. Let's go back up to Minnesota. That's where Nate is. Nate, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on?
Good evening, fellas. I'm excited to get back to Kinnick after tonight, next Saturday. I think it's going to be a raucous, good afternoon environment, and I'm hoping that helps the defense kind of reset and settle back in too. But I got a couple things quick. One, and maybe it's because I'm in Minnesota, and so, I don't know how much you guys really realize, like Max Brosmer last year for the Gophers, FCS transfer, prolific passer, comes in, really struggles the first month with some inconsistency. We saw it in the Iowa game. I think he threw a couple picks, and Iowa really laid the hammer with Caleb Johnson in the second half up there in September. And then he goes 6-2 to end the year, ends up going to the Vikings, making the team. It took him a month, a little bit more maybe, to really kind of find his footing and excel at the things that he did at the FCS level. And I think every week we all agree that Mark's getting better. And with a little bit of that, dog in him, if you will, that playmaking moxie, we felt like in the Iowa State game, Rocco Becht had more of that, and he made the plays when we couldn't make those plays. tonight Mark made those plays, and we've seen over a long career that he's been able to make those plays. And maybe that's where I'm more optimistic for the rest of the year and the puncher's chance that we're going to need in a few of those games to make them at least interesting, even where we haven't been able to the last 4 or 5 years. I'm just trying to stay patient and also be excited and just enjoy. I mean, we're a third through the season already, and just have some fun with Hawkeye football again.
I love that attitude, man. We are a third of the way. That's a good perspective on this, Nate. We're a third of the way through the season. And for the most part, the Hawkeyes we're 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we forget how quick this goes, right? I mean, it's a Friday night, as we referenced earlier. We get to sit back and watch football for 2 days now and just enjoy the hell out of it because the Hawks won and we don't have to worry about it. You get a big game for Indiana, who's coming in next week at night. Big emotional spot for them. Who knows how that goes, but then they got to come to Kinnick, and the fans should be fired up with a little
What
bit
is
of
it about
momentum.
this Minnesota accent that makes you comfortable? What is it about?
How far north are you, Nate? Just curious, how far north are you?
Not nearly as far as you'd think. So I'm in Mankato, but I'll tell you, I'm a hockey coach and a high school hockey coach, and I have been for better part of a decade and a half. So the hockey, the draw, it just kind of comes together.
See, that's what it is. It's this isn't a Minnesota accent. It is a hockey accent.
That's a
right?
good way. You nailed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
You sound like my good friend Mike Hastings. Do you know Mike Hastings?
I do know Mike actually very well. So when he was here at Minnesota State, I obviously had great success and was really instrumental in helping me develop as a coach also, and a good man, good person, and a heck of a hockey coach.
Yeah, I think you had a lot of beers with him because you sound just like him. It's that hockey thing. So, hey, Nate, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I won't speak on Mike's behalf, but yeah, there may have been some beer involved.
Yeah, exactly.
And great analysis. That makes sense that you're a coach. Thank you so much, Nate, and good optimistic view on
bet,
this.
Fellas.
515-517-2303. I think he's making his first call to the Black and Gold Rush in the Iowa Lottery Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, the funniest man on the planet, Bill Blank.
Oh, Bill Blank.
Yeah. It's my second call. I called week 1. You forgot already?
Yeah. Sorry. Forgot about you. You're not
I
headline.
really
You're a
just
middle
called.
guy.
I just called tonight because I just want Ross to move his head a little bit to his left so I can watch the pillow fighting. I don't have that channel.
Are you watching competitive pillow fighting? What the hell are we doing?
I think it was girl. When we went to the commercial break, it was ladies. Where are the boys at?
He's watching professional pillow fighting.
Yeah.
It's over?
Dude, what happens in the cabin stays in the cabin.
Oh, my God.
Dusty says it was $5,000 for the pillow fighting. Not to pay. We didn't pay per view. I need to say that another way. Hold on. There was a purse, and the winner got $5,000 in the pillow fighting.
Oh, yeah? You think there was $5,000 in a pillowcase? No, but really, really fun game. I thought Gronowski looked a lot better even against Iowa State. Like, you could just tell he was starting to realize he was still just playing football. And I thought he was great tonight and a good leader. And when I called week 1, I said I had a little more concerns about our defense than our offense, honestly. And I still kind of do. But I really wanted this game tonight mostly because like the last caller said, I want that environment in Kinnick for Indiana. I'd like to bring them down to earth and remind them that they're Indiana.
Well, that may happen tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow's game, and we'll get into this a little bit later on in the show, I think a lot of Iowa fans are going to be glued to watching Brett Bielema, coach Illinois, who's number 9 in the country, take on Indiana at Indiana. That's one of the marquee games in the Big Ten tomorrow. The other one would be Nebraska and Michigan. But I think all of us are going to be watching Indiana fairly closely just to see what Iowa's going to be running into next week. So, isn't it weird? It's so weird how we're talking about Indiana being like I mean,
good?
we yes, it's just weird to have that conversation.
Rutgers, I think that like it's hard to even. I think that's part of the Rutgers thing that I'm trying to wrap my head around because I still want to go. Well, it's just Rutgers. This Rutgers is good. Shiano's a good coach. He's got a couple of. There's a couple of dudes that might be playing on Sundays on that team. That's not the old Rutgers.
They got a couple receivers that look like NFL
Some
guys.
dudes.
I felt
Legit,
like.
yeah. Legit. All right, Billy.
But,
you got
you know,
more? You got more? You got more? You got more?
No, that's about it. I love you. I'll be at the Funny Bone tomorrow night, though. Tell your friends.
All right.
Nice.
The Des Moines Funny Bone?
Yes, sir.
All right.
You're hosting?
I'm middling.
Okay.
All right.
And I feel like a jerk off because I completely forgot the headliner's name. But you know, nobody watching this is gonna come for him anyway at this point. So.
Yeah, they're going for you, man. They're going for
and
you.
Bill,
That's
listen,
right.
worth the price of admission to see our boy for sure.
See you, Billy.
All right. I love you guys.
Bye,
Peace.
515-517-2303. Let's go over to Iowa City. That's where Pat is. Pat, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on? Pat. Or hold on. I guess I should hit, put him on the air. Hey, Pat. What's going on, Pat?
Good to hear you guys. I had to call in after I heard my daughter, Senorita Puffer, to give her a shout out. It was a great win tonight. And somebody asked a little bit ago what we learned tonight. Well, one of the things we learned is we have a quarterback, and it's been a while. And we also learned we have an offensive coordinator, and that's been a while. If you think back a couple of years, we'd have given a right arm for 38 points when we were barely able to score a touchdown.
You bring up a good point, Pat. Hold on, Pat. You bring up a good point. There was a time Iowa couldn't score 38 points.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's a great point to bring up.
Well, one of the nuances, people have talked about a lot of what went right tonight. I was a little bit nervous when Weegan forgot to run out of bounds. He could have gone out of bounds at the end of the first half and given us 3 more points. That was pretty costly at the time. But a nuance on offense tonight that Tim Lester gets credit for is pulling Hayden Large into the backfield to be both a run blocker and a pass protector, and it worked very, very well. That'll be lost to a lot of people who are giving credit to others, but that was a neat development tonight that we haven't seen before.
Pat, there's a couple things that I saw that I think, first of all, the play action right away and trying to put the ball up top early on in the game, that's cool to see. I like to see that. That tight end counter.
That started last week.
Yeah, right, exactly. A couple weeks in a row that we've seen that. The tight end counter. Do you remember that play? I feel like it was like a third down. It was late in the first half. It was the Hawkeyes' last drive, obviously, before Weegan had the return that he's talking about. Yeah. And they had this little interesting play, Travis. Yeah, it wasn't
pass to Ortwig on the sideline.
You got it, but he came across he kind of, it wasn't a tight end screen, it was a tight end counter. He kind of took a couple steps out and then came back across the field, was wide open. It had a funky layout to it, Travis, and it again, not quite gadget play, but I thought something that like that what they call that slow handoff we were seeing last week or a couple weeks ago.
It was like the delayed RPO is what it was.
Yeah. So I like seeing
the
slow mesh. Thank you very much for that. That's exactly what they called it, Pat. There's some things in here that you have to look at and go, oh yeah, this is different. We haven't seen this from Hawkeye offense.
Tight ends a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
And Stringa is hurt, of course. So we're a little thin at tight end receivers.
Pat, thanks for the phone call. Appreciate it, sir.
And I see where Senorita Puffer gets her football knowledge from. You raised a good one.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Pat. Appreciate it. 515-517-2303. We've got an hour in the books. We've got about an hour to go. Lines are Owen's even in the chat saying, hey, the lines are open. So, we love the chat, but this is a call-in show, and we want you to call in and have a little bit of fun with us. We're here for another hour at 515-517-2303. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, come back more with the Black and Gold Rush live from the Iowa Lottery Studios.
She's on the 17, the 45, the 29, and she scores big cash prizes from the Iowa Lottery by matching her numbers to the winning numbers on the new Iowa Blackout Scratch Ticket. Now she's entering for a chance to win an Ironman Suite experience at Kinnick Stadium, plus other fun VIP prizes. That's the best touchdown dance I've ever seen. Make the biggest play of the season today. Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
Are you thinking about buying a home this year? Start by getting pre-approved with Gary Presnall at Northwest Bank in Des Moines to see how much you can qualify for and what loan programs meet your needs. Gary can get you pre-approved in 30 minutes or less with a pre-approval letter to you. Gary offers first-time homebuyers programs, VA loans along with FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You like listening to Travis and Ross talk about the Hawkeyes, so tune in when they talk about everything else. Listen to The Rush with Travis and Ross every day on therushradio.com, YouTube, the TuneIn app, and wherever you get your sports content.
It is the Black and Gold Rush live from the Iowa Lottery Studios. Happy Friday night. It's a good Friday night because the Hawkeyes beat Rutgers 38-28 on a Black Friday. It's not Black Friday. It was a blackout in New Jersey, and the Hawks blacked out Rutgers. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com and the TuneIn app on the Rush Radio app, thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or X tonight, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Start leaving your comments in the comments section. And follow us on our social media channels. 515-517-2303 is the number to call. We're here for another hour as long as the phone calls keep coming in. Ross, I do have a question for you because it's not like Caden Weegan is just popping on the scene as a return guy. I mean, last year, one of the best returners in college football. He had the punt return last week. Why in the world do teams kick to this guy? I mean, he opens up with a 104-yard kick return towards the end of the half, and Pat brought it up. Should have got out of the bounds, but I think Weegan thought he was going to get to the end zone. I really think,
and I did too. He broke a couple. I mean, obviously you can't see the whole field, but from the view I had on TV, man, he gets around that edge, and I thought, yeah, dude. At that point, I felt like that's the best chance to score. You've already missed a field goal. Again, in that moment, don't have much faith in the passing game to try to score from there with 1 second to play. The kicking game, obviously, is what you're going to try to do. I think I was on a bet about the 30-yard line or something. I wanted him to try to score. I don't blame him. And by the way, even when they showed that coming out from the second half or from halftime, I'm not sure he would have stepped out of bounds with time on the clock either. So
I'm kind of with you on that.
I don't blame him for trying to make a play. But why do teams kick to him? Trav, I don't think they're trying. I really don't. The rest of the game, they did everything they could. He caught that ball 4 yards deep in the end zone. Most players, most teams, most coaches are going to down that ball. And so I feel like they did probably what they thought they were supposed to do to make sure that he doesn't return it. What do you got to do? Try to kick it out of the back of the end zone. I came 6 yards short of that, and the guy took it 104 yards for a touchdown. Man, returners like that, we've been blessed. We've been really blessed here in Hawkeye land with some guys that are just amazing at that.
I'm going to make a lot of people mad here. I almost think Caden Weegan is more exciting than Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, but they both have a little screen. To do that job, you have to have absolutely zero fear, and you got to have a little bit of a screw loose.
Now, I will put them on par in the same conversation with each other. I will give you that. I'll give you that he's right there with him. They've been special. We could go back through this. Man, one of my favorites growing up, my favorite Hawkeye growing up, Tim Dwight. I loved Tim Dwight as a receiver. You know what I loved Tim Dwight as? A returner. And do you remember, Trav, the thing that they would do on kickoffs with Tim Dwight? I don't even think you can do this anymore. I don't. In fact, maybe they outlawed it and I can't be making this up. Somebody that's listening, remember this with me. Tim Dwight was on the kickoff team, and he would line up at like the 5-yard line and start sprinting. And the kicker would go off of Tim Dwight's timing. Like when Tim Dwight got to like the 20, the kicker would then start and approach, and he would kick off. And when he kicked the ball, Tim Dwight was running 27 miles an hour down the field.
He was a literal missile.
He was, yeah. I wonder if I'm remembering this right. Because
that's like the indoor game. That's like how we would go watch the Barnstormers, and they take off and they hike the ball right when you hit the line of scrimmage.
That's what it was. That's what it felt like. Somebody help me with that and tell me that my brain's not crazy. I remember Tim Dwight doing that.
A lot of phone calls coming in at 515-517-2303. Let's go to the south side. That's where Buster is. Welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on, Buster?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, love the show. Missed the heck out of you on a radio station that shouldn't be named ever.
Hey, you can find us every day. You can find us every day.
We're here every day, every morning, brother.
I know. Hey, I tune in as much as I can. Hey, this is going to be a kind of a pain in the ass of a question, but hey, so I missed the first 3 quarters. I was at a dang event. But could you guys just give me like a quick, I just tuned in. I got home. I turned on YouTube. I got you on. Can you give me like a quick summarization of like a 2-minute breakdown of like what happened, like what I missed? Can you guys give me the synopsis of the game?
All right. Caden Weegan takes the opening kickoff of the game 104 yards for a touchdown. It was electric. It was absolutely awesome.
Indiana answers with a touchdown.
Not Indiana. Indiana
turns out they play next week. Rutgers, sorry.
Yeah, Rutgers responds with a touchdown, and it turns into a shooting match in the first half. It ends up 21-21 at halftime, and the Hawkeye defense makes the adjustments. They force a bunch of 3-and-outs. Gronowski starts to keep some drives alive. Then you saw the fourth quarter, right? Then you kind of saw that back and forth that happened.
Yep.
Where Hawks Hawks went up 24-21, went down, came back, all of that. There you go. What you missed?
I thought we were done.
What you missed was the Weegan touchdown.
Yeah.
And the defense in the first half was not good, man. A bunch of third downs. Again, Rutgers was 6 of 8 on third down conversions in the first half, so it was tough.
Yeah, no, so I was following along on the phone, obviously, and of course, like an idiot, I had the under, and I see 14-14, 7 minutes into the game, and I knew that was dead. And then, I'm following along, and I finally get the game on, and we're down, I think it was 28-24, and I'm like, man, there's no way, there's no way we're coming back from this. And then, man, Gronowski just, he showed something tonight. I mean, is that the guy? Is he the guy? Is he? I know 180 yards passing, but he was running.
Is he the? What do you mean? Is he the guy? Is he the best quarterback on the team? Is he the leader of this team? Yes.
Yeah.
But what do you mean?
Is he the guy? Is he the guy that's gonna? I mean, when Oregon comes to town, I mean, are we gonna make that a game? How are you guys feeling?
I was just gonna say, is he the guy that's gonna beat Oregon? I don't think so. But that's really high expectation.
Yeah, I mean, but it takes just more than one guy to beat Oregon. I mean,
right?
From all 11, do they have what it takes to beat Oregon? I mean, you have to realistically look at Oregon and go,
that's
okay,
a great point,
this is a different team.
That's a good point. It's not Mark Gronowski that doesn't have what it takes to beat Oregon, and it would be horrible if they lose that game and we said, oh, boy, if we only didn't have that guy. He's a really good quarterback. My brother thinks it's really cool that Iowa gets to say right now that they have the coach with the most wins in the Big Ten history and the quarterback with the most wins in NCAA history.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. No, I appreciate the rundown, fellas. Love the show. Keep going.
Thanks, Buster.
See you, buddy.
515-517-2303. Let's go down to Kansas City. That's where Josh is. Josh, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on?
Travis and Ross. What's up, guys? Love your show, man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks for having me. Two things real quick. Man, the Steve Miller band sucks. Don't we all know that, right? That's first and foremost. But second, I heard, I don't know if it was Doctorman or Lystico this week was saying that Gronowski was kind of tipping his pitches, basically saying where when he was in the shotgun, depending on where his feet were, it was showing that it was a run or a pass. Did you guys hear that, or did you see that today?
I didn't.
I didn't hear that either. That I'll have to go back and listen to that.
I think it was on Iowa Everywhere, but I didn't actually hear it on their podcast. I heard it on like somebody else was saying that they were saying that.
Okay.
But I tried to pay attention, but obviously I couldn't. I don't pay attention to the details that much, but didn't know if you guys heard that or saw it around. But glad we got out of there with a win, and we'll be coming back up there next weekend for Indiana, hopefully another one. So
excellent stuff, Josh. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, guys.
515-517-2303. Let's go over to Omaha. That's where Tom is. Tom, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush in the Iowa Lottery Studios. I keep not hitting the button.
Repeat.
Hey, there you go. What's up,
Tom?
Hey. All right. Thanks, boys. My quick thought, I guess, would be, I hope I'm not repeating what others have said. I haven't heard the whole show, but I think Iowa should be very pleased with this victory today, going into a very hostile Rutgers environment. That offense that Rutgers had is not bad. I think they got a good quarterback and they got some great receivers. Our defense didn't look that great. I think our corners look awful small, but anyway, the offense, as we've discussed, 38 points is unbelievable for Iowa. They're coming, and there's a lot of teams that aren't going to win in Rutgers this year, is my opinion, I guess. So I'm happy. It's a good win.
Hey, Tom, do we know each other?
Like that.
We do, Travis. We do. You got a good recognition of the voice.
Well, it's funny. And Tom, I've known you for 20 years. I had no idea you were a Hawk fan. Why did I not know you were a Hawk fan?
I grew up in Iowa. I moved to Omaha when I was in college at Creighton. But I loved the Hawks all my life. Always been a huge Hawk fan. So.
I did not know that.
You got great voice recognition, Travis.
I tried.
Hey, I got to hand it to you. Now here you are. Talking to Hawkeye football, and I always thought you were a Husker.
No, see,
look at you guys. You guys are all just hiding over there in the weeds, aren't you? All right,
Tom,
you know what? I look at you as our little infiltrators. I hope you know that.
Here's the deal, Tom. Ross and I have been doing this show. We were on WHO for 11 years before we moved to do our own thing. So I've been doing this for about 10 years.
Oh my gosh! I just got it on Facebook. The only reason I was going through Facebook and I saw you guys were on there. It was great. Great marketing. I got to hand it to you, buddy.
All right. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure, buddy.
All
Have
right.
a good night.
Yep.
All right. Take care.
I heard his voice. I'm like, I know who that is.
I love that. That's
yeah.
fun. And Tom is right. We all should. It is that conversation we were having earlier on with, man, I can't remember, was it Andrew or Austin? It was like, what were your expectations? Hawks won tonight on the road against a Big Ten team. I will agree that it did not look at times the way that we were hoping it would. That the defense, Bill Blank has called in a couple times and said, worry more about the defense than the offense. Tonight, one of the first times, I love what Carlson said as the game got over, and he says, man, don't see the offense bail out the defense very often. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And maybe that's another thing to take away with the whole Mark Gronowski thing is we've got a quarterback that can actually play at that level. Eliminate a few throws that you'd like to have back. Eliminate a few throws that you can nitpick and say we're underthrown. And I was doing that. I'm going through every pass and good pass, bad pass, good pass, bad pass.
Do you think he looks comfortable in the pocket?
There are times, Travis, that I would say no to that. Times. For the most part, yes. but there were a few third downs when he starts to get the happy feet and starts to bounce around a little bit. And what a horrible thing for me even to say, though, dude, because I don't see what he's seeing. I don't know what the play is. I don't know what he's seeing. All I'm seeing is the pocket breaks down and there starts to get some pressure and he starts to look and scramble. But that's his playmaking ability. And I want that. I think most Hawkeye fans, if we were to go back to last year when everybody is hating every quarterback, and I don't love the hate that the kid that took most of the snaps under Kirk Ferentz's regime last year gets a lot of the hate. I know he didn't perform very well, but his coach is the one that put him out there.
I'm seeing this a lot in the chat. And by the way, phone lines are completely open now. Give Owen a call at 515-517-2303. I'm seeing this a lot in the chat, and I think this is what makes everybody feel better. I think they know that Mark Gronowski's not perfect, but they're like, it's better than what we've seen over the last 5 years from an Iowa quarterback. And I don't.
Again, this is what I was getting at. This is honestly what I was getting at. If we could go back a year ago and we're picking on the kid that was taking the snaps, and I said, wouldn't you like to have a quarterback that throws for 186 yards, rushes the ball for 55 yards and 3 touchdowns? We all would have said, yeah.
We would have. You got vodka in that lemonade?
No, but I'm getting dry.
You're getting drunk or dry?
The second one.
Okay. You were doing fine. Yeah, there it is.
It's mostly water and a little bit of lemonade.
Okay. Should put some honey in that. Get that throat loosened up. Nicholas says Drew Tate-esque. Ooh. Be careful about anointing and comparing guys. I don't think he's Drew Tate-esque.
I don't like the comparisons. I don't know. I mean, he made nice plays tonight. He made a couple of he had a couple of really nice throws. He did have some throws that it's okay to pick apart. I think that's okay to say. He was not perfect tonight. And the best performance we've had with room to improve. Won the game on the road against a Big Ten opponent. That's awesome.
Was Gronowski the one who impressed you the most? You look at the receiving corps. Moulton had 3 catches. Ortworth had 2 catches. Weegan had 2 catches. Howard had a great catch. That was on a 42-yarder that was, I believe, down in the corner, got him inside the red zone. That was an incredible catch. I wrote that one down and went, Dayton Howard, big catch at a big time.
I saw Hassel tweeted it and put, holy mother of McNutt.
So is Gronowski the one that impressed you tonight?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if I'm looking at the stat line, that's the only one that you can say was better than expected. I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's other guys. Yes. If you're asking me for the player that impressed me the most tonight, it was Mark Gronowski. Playmaking ability. I don't want to get out over my skis on the praise here. I don't. I don't think he played a dynamic game, a perfect game, anything like that. All the things I said before. Impressive, better than I hoped for. The numbers were good. Led the team on a drive that wins the game. That's what's important.
You know what else? You know what impressed me, and it has not individual players. There was a drive where Iowa was called for pass interference twice on the same drive. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yep.
And you're like, God, and that was pretty early in the game. You're like, are these penalties going to stack up? Ross, that ended up being their only 2 penalties of the game. 2 penalties, 30 yards. So they were 15 yards PIs. Those were the only 2 penalties for Iowa during the game. Because, I mean, Iowa's a well-disciplined team. I mean, you listen to every coach talk about them. They're well-disciplined, and there's some truth to that. But you're like, the penalties were racking up for Rutgers, and then Iowa got called for those 2 PIs. I'm like, is this just going to be one of those ugly games? But after that, no more penalties.
Trav, when do you think that was?
I'm going to say that was in the first quarter, second or third drive.
It was the last drive of the first half.
Was it really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was the 8th drive of the game.
Interesting.
It's the one that ended with the field goal that hit off the upright.
Doink.
Yeah.
Does the Stevens missed field goal concern you at all?
Man, it was a bad miss, wasn't it? Well, I did it because remember I even said when Weegan started to return that punt, I thought to myself, "Oh man, just go back, just take it back."
Yeah,
just take it back because you've got some jitters now on the way that miss just looked really bad. Yeah, that was the 8th drive of the game. I want to go back earlier before that though, because the defense had, we've kind of gotten used to this defense early on when teams are still in their scripted plays. They've had success here early in the season here. These first drives, teams have looked better in the first drive a lot of times than they have the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Certainly that was the case today. Had those had a couple of big plays. The defense bends, it breaks, it gives up the touchdown. Second thing, the second touchdown was even more concerning, man. Another long drive, and you remember how the quarterback scored on that? He didn't get touched.
Yeah.
And that was a concerning thing of like, oh my gosh, where is our defense? More bend in the third or fourth drive. I remember we're sitting here. There were only a couple of the guys that are up here on the island that weren't big Hawkeye fans, okay? And we're watching this game, and one of the guys that lives in Minnesota, and he just says, I thought the Hawkeyes were supposed to have a stout defense.
Well, see, they're running on reputation. They're running totally on reputation.
Yep, yeah. And in the second half, they did play really well, but that's where we were.
515-517-2303. Let's go to Decorah. That's where Darren is. Darren, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on, Darren?
Mama Wisniewski's House of Horrors. Oh, yeah.
So
just remember, boy.
We're listening. Was that
The
like...
more the Hawkeyes lose, the sooner Kirk's out of here. Yeah.
So the first phone call we get for fire interference is a joke call.
Is
Man,
a joke call.
I was all excited because a bunch of the dudes that are here are from Decorah.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, Darren, I met like a bunch of people you probably know.
Own a radio station. Instead, he went with a Tommy Stout, Macho Man Randy Savage kind of mix,
Who's
right?
Tommy Stout.
You don't remember Tommy?
Oh, Tommy from Des Moines.
How do you forget Tommy?
I didn't know that was. I didn't know it was Tommy Stout. I remember Tommy from Des Moines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last name was
course.
Stout.
How can I? Yes.
Yeah. Shame on you, Ross.
You know who I miss? I miss Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Tommy passed away.
Yes, Tommy's no longer with us. God rest his soul.
Oh, but Tommy, that was a distinct man. Do you remember when he called in when we took over and he ended up loving us. He ended up
Took a while. Took a while.
He called it. Yeah. He was not happy that Jim Sobel was not on the radio. We're like, Tommy, he's dead. We can't. It's not our fault, man. Yeah, I'm not calling in to sound off till Zobel's back on. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
And then he called back like an hour later, called back every week.
It's the old dirt track racing thing. You know how long forever is in call-in shows? 6 days. I'm never talking to you again.
515-517-2303. It says we're going to the east side of Des Moines, which is God's country. Flagger, what's up?
How we doing tonight, fellas?
What's up, buddy?
Got a frog
Rest
in my
in peace,
throat,
Tommy.
Flagger.
Sound off caller. Got a frog in your throat. What the hell you been eating, Ross?
Nothing. I've
Uh-oh.
got a tick here.
Oh, calm down, Tiller.
Hold on. You are so on. He's on the east side. He's outside.
Yeah, some bitch is driving on a corn tray, hit people. I'm outside the bar. I can't hear you inside.
You're
okay.
Okay.
Now it's all checking.
Yeah.
How's everything going, brother?
Oh, going good. I'll just keep it real quick and sort of simple, guys. Thought the Hawks looked good. Didn't think going into it all they would win the game. Something they changed. Thought they would win the game. And then I thought they were going to lose the game because the defense couldn't do nothing. But then they pulled it out. I thought Mark Gronkowski became the leader tonight. Show what he had to show. Let's go, Hawks. Undefeated the rest of the season. Win the Big Ten. National championship. Here we go. All right. Goodbye, boys.
See you, Flag.
That's the type of energy. That's the type of optimism. He does sound like Batman, doesn't he?
I'm gonna piss on the optimism, meaning that I was not going to win out. Okay, they're not. I don't mean to be. I'm not saying they're not going to win 8 games or 9 games.
Did you see what they did to Rutgers tonight? They won by 10. Vegas had them as a 3-point favorite, and they more than tripled that.
So you're saying they're going to win out?
No, I think that he's no. I think he's
No. I'm not going to say that. No. There's no way I'm going to say that.
But he does sound like Batman, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Hey.
But which Batman? Is it Val Kilmer Batman?
No, it's like
is
that,
it Michael Keaton Batman? Is it George Clooney Batman?
Who's the new guy? Who's the latest? Who's the guy?
Christian Bale Batman?
Is it Christian Bale? Yeah, it's that one.
How many Batmans have there been? Seriously.
Well, I don't know. Flag gets so mad. He doesn't like that I say he sounds like Batman.
I forgot.
But I don't know why you get mad about it.
Ben Affleck has been Batman. How many freaking Batmans have there been?
And don't you wish you could sound like Batman all the time?
I have to try to do it. I have to get my voice way down here like this. I have to force my voice into this.
And he just gets to do it. He just gets to walk around and do it. And then I say, "Oh man, he sounds like Batman." He gets mad at me. See, he says I'm bullying him.
Does he smoke cigarettes? Is he a Marlboro guy?
Flag?
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
Smoke weed?
Never seen that.
Now that sarcasm is just kicking in. 515-517-2303. Let's go up to Ankeny. That's where Brian is. Brian, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush in the Iowa Lottery Studios. What's going on?
Oh, not much, boys. Just got back from watching the high school game and caught up on the game tonight. I just want to ask you guys a question. Do you know what the average points for our offense through 4 games and the average points we have gave up on defense in the last 4 games?
Oh, boy. Do you have
No, tell me.
Yeah, if you've got it, fire away.
Yeah, I got it. Our offense is averaging 33 points per game, and our defense giving up 13 points per game.
Had a couple of, the 34-7 and the 47-7.
I guess, Brian,
but
I appreciate
in past history. We have never given that.
I appreciate the analytics here. Let me slow the roll a little bit because you played UAlbany and UMass where you rolled up
teams
some
you held to 7.
Yeah, those are the teams you held to 7.
I know, but we couldn't say that back in the past.
You could say maybe held them to that, but didn't score as much.
That's also true. I'm just looking at the bright side, boys. That's about it. That's all.
And that's fine. That's fine. You're going to enjoy this one. Hey, what high school games you go to tonight?
For sure.
What high school games you go to?
Of course, I'm from Ankeny. I went from the Ankeny game.
Who won?
The top side, Hawks won.
Oh, okay. All right, Brian.
Thanks for taking my call, guys. Enjoy.
Appreciate it. 515-517-2303. We're going back up to Ankeny. That's where Chris is. Chris, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios. Hello, Chris. Gosh darn
Chris,
it.
you there?
It's me. It's my mouse. It's my mouse.
Hey, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that was my fault.
Chris.
Sorry, Chris.
Hey, no worries. Hey, long-time listener, first-time caller. But wanted to know, do you guys have any stats on when the last time was that Iowa won a game giving up 28 points.
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I don't have that in front of me. Go ahead, Chris.
The furthest I could go back was, I think, 2014, maybe 2011. I think when Iowa won, they beat Pittsburgh. They gave up 27 points on there was a late touchdown. Came back 27. We were down 27-7 or something like that. And that's the further.
That's a good one, Chris. That's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's funny. I put it in.
Hasn't shown up like that.
I put it into AI, and it already had tonight's game updated. Last time Iowa won a game, and I'm like, really? I go, God, it took like an hour.
Just right before that, question mark.
Dude, Travis, the funny thing is, that's exactly. I watched the game with my dad tonight, and I asked that exact question, and he did the exact same thing, and they'd already had the game up. See, this was 8 seconds after the game ended. It was already there.
Thanks, Chris.
All right.
Well,
here's what AI says. It just came up. Before defeating Rutgers 38-28 on September 19th, 2025, Iowa had not won a game while giving up 28 or more points since at least the start of the 2020 season. In fact, in 35 wins since 2020 where Iowa scored at least 21, the win was against Rutgers was the first time an opponent had scored more than 24 points. That's impressive. So you do have to go back more than 5 years.
Jason Christofek wrote to us in 2018, Nebraska, Iowa. Iowa wins 31-28. Is that the Jason Christofek I went to high school with? It's got to be. There can only be one Jason Christofek, right?
Probably. I don't know Jason Christofek.
Jason, how are you, man? Long time.
Hey, Chris, thanks for the phone call. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's
Thanks,
awesome.
515-517-2303. Let's go to Jim. Jim, welcome to the Black and Gold Rush. Jim, you there?
Yeah, I was having a nice.
Oh, he disappeared. He literally. I was having some weird things with my call screener. You know what?
Jim,
I don't know if he was through yet.
I know. Jim's going to call back.
You think so? You're probably right. I will give that to you. We got about a half hour.
You're good at recognizing voices. Remember, Jim was one of the guys, and Jim probably knows this. Jim used to call WHO when I was doing Michelson's show, and then he called KXNO many years for when we were on the air. But Jim would call before we went on the air. Remember this?
Mm-hmm.
And so Jim would call at like 5:54. The phone would ring. He'd be like, "Oh, the phone's ringing." KXNO. Hey, Ross, what's up? It's Jim. Hey, Jim, how you doing, man? I'm good. Hey, is Travis Justice there? Every morning. And there were certain people that he did not like at all. And he liked
Heather was one of them.
And it was always, he'd always start to bat and he'd be like, Jim, stop. I don't like her. I met Jim one time at a high school. Yeah. High school baseball game about 20 years ago or so. One time met Jim. And it was the same deal. I heard his voice. I heard him like at the concession stand. Yeah, can I get a hot dog? I was like, that's Jim.
I know you. All right, hold on to that thought. 515-517-2303. About a half hour to go in the Black and Gold Rush live from the Iowa Lottery Studios.
With the new Blackout Scratch ticket from the Iowa Lottery, you can win the game day experience of your dreams.
That'll be $5.
Enter for a chance to win a VIP experience cheering on the Hawkeyes from the Ironman Suite at Kinnick Stadium.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
You like listening to Travis and Ross talk about the Hawkeyes, so tune in when they talk about everything else. Listen to The Rush with Travis and Ross every day on therushradio.com, YouTube, the TuneIn app, and wherever you get your sports content.
Welcome back to the Black and Gold Rush, live from the Iowa Lottery Studios. Happy Saturday now. It is Saturday officially. Owen reminded me, he goes, "Hey, Dad, Jim was just talking to me." I mean, Owen's out there making friends with callers.
Yeah.
You know, everybody likes Owen. Owen's been active in the chat tonight, getting people to call, putting the number up there.
Do you know how many calls we're getting? I love it because I used to keep track of the callers at the old show also. We get more calls here. We can get through calls faster. We get... It's awesome.
You know why that is? Because we're not taking a break every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and our breaks aren't 10 minutes
right,
long.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So up next for Iowa's going to be, or go ahead. You had something?
I just Miss Senorita Puffer. I also met Senorita Puffer at a baseball game. So she wrote in, "Hey, you met Jim just like meeting Puff." I said, "Yeah, that's right." Lots of people I meet at baseball.
How do I take this one? Why is Owen more professional than you guys?
The hell's that supposed to mean, Austin?
Yeah. What does that mean?
You know what, Austin? Thanks for reminding us. We need to get a less professional call screener.
What do you want? Do you want him to answer the phone? "What's up, dipshit?" I mean, Owen is a professional guy. He is.
John, I told you this one time. Charter sends out a message to us, and he's like, "Hey, guys, from now on, I want all of you to leave voicemails just like this guy." And it's a voicemail that was left at the office, our professional voicemail. For me, a professional who was reaching out to me. It's another real estate agent. And he goes, "Hey, yeah, this phone call is for Ross Peterson. If you could have him call me back, that'd be tits."
That would be tits.
We loved it. I'm like, every time I see the guy, I'm like, "I love you."
What if he does that with just? Did he know you before he left that one? Did you know who?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he had that. He had.
Yeah.
What if anybody's ever done that with somebody random they don't know? Hey, this is. You know, I get phone calls.
Buzz me back. That would be tits.
You know, that may be one. Like, so as in my job, I get a lot of calls from like people who sell T-shirts and tchotchkes and stuff like that because I do the marketing. I might call somebody back and say, "Hey, Trav, this is Joe from Bizarre Marketing. Can you give me a call? That'd be tits, man." I may call him back just to go.
You know, I need to know more about you. I like the cut of your jib.
Let's have a conversation here. That'd be tits.
There was a Reddit thread one time. It was like, "Tell me about the worst hire you ever had and how that went." And a guy wrote one and said, during an interview, the interviewee took his glasses off and cleaned them by licking the lenses. And I hired him because I had to know more about that. Right in the middle of the job
Licking
interview.
your lenses is like your grandma licking her thumb and then going up to your face and wiping it. It's like, no.
Yeah.
515.
Licking your lens is like going to the urinal and taking your pants all the way down.
Dude, I had a weird thing happen to me, and we're gonna get back to the game. Tell me, this is
12:30.
This is urinal etiquette, okay?
Okay.
Urinal. So I walk into the pisser today. Dude in the office who I don't know who it is, okay? We have 3 urinals. Urinal etiquette is if there's somebody on the end, you don't take the middle. You go to even though it's the handicap low one.
Urinal etiquette is you don't stand if there's an open space.
Yes. So it's just two of us in there taking a leak, you know? And all of a sudden, he's just standing there, and all of a sudden, and I'm like, that's not urinal etiquette. If you're in the shitter,
What?
You think it's okay to fart? If you're in the shitter, yes. If you're standing at the urinal, you don't let one rip. No.
Oh, I do.
You in front of people?
Oh, I do.
Oh my God.
I am. What? You don't fart at the urinal?
No. If I'm sitting down, if I'm in the stall, because nobody can see me, I've got the door locked. But if I'm sitting there if I'm just sitting there or standing taking a leak, no, I crunch my butt cheeks up and I hold it in.
You're in the bathroom, dude.
Yeah, but that's not cool. That's not cool. Especially if you don't know who the person is. I'm like, who is this guy?
I rarely know him. We're about to be friends. You're going to learn today.
515-517-2303. Caleb, before you talk about the game, do you fart at the urinal in front of your friends?
Yes, he does. His name's Caleb. He's a man.
and he's from Sioux City.
Yeah, I have done that before. I try to limit it in public spaces, but if a couple of buddies around, you let it rip. You let it rip.
He limits it in public spaces. See, Matt says, I'm with Travis.
Yeah.
Hold that fart at the urinal.
Get out of here. No. Hell no.
Sorry, Caleb. I know you called about the game. What's up?
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. I've just had a couple hours to internalize the win. And I wanted your guys' perspective from that with the defense. I saw a lot of people were criticizing them, comparing it to the Michigan State game last year. But what I saw is the biggest problem there was the tackling. And I saw them giving a full effort out there tackling. They clearly don't have high-end playmakers. There's nobody at the corner with true high-end speed like Riley Moss, or nobody at the cash like a Dane Belton with length and size. But I think they're going to improve throughout the year. And by November, I think they'll be a pretty stout unit.
I don't know if I'm going to go out and say stout. I think stout, and when I think stout, I think some of the great Iowa defenses. Stout, I don't know.
Man, I like the word. It's the same word that Gary used sitting here. He's like, man, I thought Iowa had a stout defense. I like that word. And I think that what he said there, Trav, give it till November. Give this thing 5-6 weeks. I've always thought that my default has always been don't worry about the defense. It's not going to be the defense. Again, man, very rare for the offense to have to kind of bail out the defense. And truth be told, as I'm saying that out loud, and I've said it a couple times, Trav, the defense did come up with that interception at the end of the game. I mean, when the offense, when Rutgers gets the ball back, there's plenty of time for them to go down and win that game.
100%.
The defense has to win that game, and they did. So that's another takeaway from it. Caleb, I like the optimism, man. I hope you're right.
Yeah, I think our brains are just a bit weird with how great we expect them to be. But I think they'll improve.
Well, we talked about that earlier, is that, you had a buddy in the cabin and said, wait, I thought Iowa's defense was supposed to be stout. And we are so conditioned. And hell, how many times did you hear the Fox announcers say, that Phil Parker defense, they lead into it, and it's like,
bend but don't break.
You run on reputation. You run on reputation for a long time. Thanks, Caleb. Appreciate the phone call, buddy. They better be stout by October 18th, because that's when Penn State comes to town. You better be stout by October 18th. And then if you're not stout by then, you better be stout by November 8th. That's when Oregon comes to town.
Well, that's what he's saying. Hopefully by November. I mean, that's... Do you know how many strangers have heard me fart?
No, I don't.
A lot.
I only fart in front of family members, man.
I fart a lot, and I can't help it. I can't help it a lot of times. It just happens, and I fart. And now I'm worried. Now you've got me thinking like, oh my God, how many times have people? Because I thought that was normal.
No, that's not normal. Usually I'm the freaky deek.
We should normalize farting at the freaking urinal, man.
Have some self-respect.
Like, what? I don't understand what the rules are. I don't understand the rules because I go into a hotel room and it's like, oh, you can have sex in a hotel room. Well, didn't the last people that were here have sex on that exact same bed? That's totally okay. But I can't go and fart in a urinal.
Not with.
You're gonna have to tell me what the rules are, man. Nobody wrote them down for me.
You be you. I'm just saying, if you were standing next to me and I didn't know you and you let one rip, I'd be like, what did that guy just do?
You like. We've been, I mean, you thought it was just funny that I was farting in the room with you when we were doing sound off all those years. No,
Yeah,
that's
'cause we were
just
having a
me.
fart contest.
No, that was just a Saturday for me. Unfortunately, now
I thought we were playing a game.
You won for just thinking we were playing a game. I got to tell you, maybe I should have saved up some of my best ammo. That's what I should have done. Because most of the time, I can still taste a few of them.
Mario says, that's why I didn't introduce myself to Ross.
I'm sorry, Mario. Mario was at a Sec Taylor game one time, and he was like, oh, that's Ross Peterson. He walked in, and I was like, he's like,
Charlie wins.
Charlie, thank you. Charlie, I need friends. I want to know who Charlie is. There
may be some people listening to the show for the first time ever, and this is kind of the way our morning show is. But yes, one time I had to bird bath. Okay, I had to bird bath, and it just happens.
It just happens. It just happens.
Just saying. Oh, I've been waiting for this. I'm going to put him on. Because I don't know if you noticed this morning on our show, the Rev was not participating in the chat. Did you notice that?
Oh,
Rev went to hospital today.
Rev, is he calling in?
Yeah, he's calling in. Rev, you all right, buddy?
Bud? Yeah, I'm still going. Had good treatment down at Iowa Methodist. I was born in that hospital. They asked me what hospital I wanted to go to. I said, take me to Iowa Methodist. Take me to blank. That's what I was born at.
How you been?
But hey, I just want to follow up with the whole thing.
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Just talk to us.
The COPD and everything. I had I was having a hard time breathing and everything, and well, it's kind of due to this new room I got down here in my basement, and there's a wall that got painted, and I think I was just getting over fume from it, but it's all cleaned up now and everything. But anyway, I was having a hard time breathing, so I just went to the emergency over there on Southwest 9th and Army Post, and they said, hey, we're going to take you to the hospital because, and so I got two COVID tests, negative on both of those, but definite COPD. And I like to break that acronym down for you, but I can't always forget what it is every time. Travis, you probably know.
No, I don't.
Like pulmonary oxygen.
Don't take this the wrong way, Rev. I hear you and paint. You weren't huffing, were you?
No, not at all. No, hell no. Hell no.
You ain't huffed paint since.
Never.
Oh, good.
That's one thing I never did. I mean.
Hey, Rev. So, hey, man,
but
let's
chat. I kind of want.
Let's chat for a second. I want you to slow down for just a minute because I want to chat with you. First of all, have you had a chance to watch any of the Charlie Sheen documentary?
I've heard bits and pieces of it. I have, definitely, and I can definitely relate to some of that life. But man, I was thinking Tony Soprano came and was going to win the game for Rutgers when I got out from the hospital that Iowa was down like that, and then they doinked that field goal. I was like, oh, and then like you said, when I got home in the fourth quarter, Iowa just blew it open, That was, I thought Tony Soprano was going to get the upset. What was the line? Do you remember?
3.
Like 3.5, something like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah, Iowa covered the line and the over.
Yep.
After that explosion, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
almost had the
it was
almost covered the over in the first half, Rev. It was 21-21 at halftime, and the over on a lot of books was like 42 or 40.
Yeah, I know. I heard that other caller earlier that had the under bus or something. Hey, yeah, Billy Mack was a detective down in Texas. He knows exactly what the tax is.
There it is. All right,
I'm a
Ray.
Steve Miller Band fan.
See ya, brother.
Catch your breath, Rev.
Midnight.
Catch your breath, buddy.
515-517-2303. Let's go to Kevin, who's in out of Sailorville Lake. Kevin, what's going on?
Hey guys, hey, I'm just a little worried about the defense. Do we think Phil Parker is washed? Like, is the game passed him up? What do you guys think?
I see what you're doing here, Kevin. I see what you're doing. I think you're going to be all right.
Kevin, do you realize this is the longest we've gone in a show without somebody calling for Kirk Ferentz's job?
Yeah, because he's won 2 in a row.
The only guy that did it was there was a guy that was calling in and being silly earlier.
Though, Kevin, you might be the first person, and I have a feeling you did it facetiously, the first person ever in our 11, 12 years of doing this postgame show that's ever called for Phil Parker's job.
Yeah, no, I'm not calling for Phil's job. I'm just saying, like, Ross brought up that stat earlier about Kirk having the most wins, but on the other side, he's got the most losses. And, 28 freaking points to Rutgers. I mean, what are we doing?
Winning. You're winning.
And Kevin, to your point, like a couple of drives that were just long, drawn out, and then you do win this game with the other team missing a field goal, with getting an interception. Anyway. So you know what, Kevin? Now you're right. You're right. The game has passed Parker by. I'm now on team. No.
Thanks, Ross. Hey, here's another thing.
Go ahead.
Hold on, one last point though. Kelly McManus, I get he's been the Big Ten for 17 years now, but we gotta step. Where's Xavier Wampa? I mean, step up, Xavier. You're a 5-star recruit. We got to make some plays, guys.
I don't disagree with got to make some plays. Now, they made some plays tonight, but they gave up some big plays too. And they're going to see a lot better offenses than what Rutgers has to throw at them. Penn State's going to throw stuff at them. Oregon's really going to throw stuff at them. USC's going to hit them, and Nebraska's going to hit them with an offense. So, I mean, there's bigger and better competition coming up. So, I don't disagree about that, Kevin. Thanks.
And Xavier Wampa does have high expectations for. I mean,
very
really
high.
Good first couple of years. Well, let's see, he had a really good freshman year, and I feel like there were some steps back, but so yeah, I think that I'm with Kevin on that. Want to see Xavier Wampa have a really good senior year.
Hold on to that thought. We're going to take one more break, come back, wrap up the show.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
So we're going to take one more break.
I got some other notes I got to share.
Yes, and we've got more. And we don't have a hard off, so we can go as long as we want. But I did want to get this last break in. And Ross like, bullshit, I'm going to bed at 12:30. It is the Black and Gold Rush from the Iowa Lottery Studios.
She's on the 17, the 45, the 29, and she scores big cash prizes from the Iowa Lottery by matching her numbers to the winning numbers on the new Iowa Blackout Scratch Ticket. Now she's entering for a chance to win an Ironman Suite experience at Kinnick Stadium, plus other fun VIP prizes. That's the best touchdown dance I've ever seen. Make the biggest play of the season today. Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
Are you thinking about buying a home this year? Start by getting pre-approved with Gary Presnall at Northwest Bank in Des Moines to see how much you can qualify for and what loan programs meet your needs. Gary can get you pre-approved in 30 minutes or less with a pre-approval letter to you. Gary offers first-time homebuyers programs, VA loans along with FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You like listening to Travis and Ross talk about the Hawkeyes, so tune in when they talk about everything else. Listen to The Rush with Travis and Ross every day on therushradio.com, YouTube, the TuneIn app, and wherever you get your sports content.
still want to get a phone call in, you can at 515-517-2303. We've been going about 2 hours strong. Iowa over Rutgers tonight, 38-28. Now 3-1 on the season and unbeaten in the Big Ten. 1-0. Indiana coming up next. The Hoosiers going to be in action tomorrow taking on Illinois. That's probably one of the premier games in the Big Ten Conference. Both teams ranked. We're going to see what Illinois is made up of, and we're going to find out what Indiana is made up of tomorrow, Ross.
Yeah, be a fun day of football, for certainly. And hopefully Indiana, what do you want? Do you want them coming in off a win or off a loss? I think I'm just going to be rude and say hopefully they get beat up and the Hawks get a win.
Since Iowa doesn't play Illinois this year, I think I would like Indiana to upset Illinois than Iowa upset or pulled off the upset next week. That's what I would like.
Yeah, I like that
because
idea.
that would give more. If you have an undefeated weight. Indiana, a lot more weight to it. Yep. A lot more weight to it, and you get them at home.
Boy, if those two things fall that way, that would change. Now all of a sudden, we're going to put maybe not Penn State and Oregon. Maybe not Penn State and Oregon, but every other game is in play.
USC becomes difficult.
USC is still there. But if you beat Indiana I feel like, and Illinois is out of the way.
Yeah.
You're looking ahead at Wisconsin, Minnesota, USC, Michigan State, and Nebraska. Bring them on.
We're going to find out a lot more about Nebraska tomorrow, too, because Nebraska's at home against Michigan. I think that's kind of one of those. We'll know if they've really taken a step up or if they're kind of still on that same level. Michigan isn't Michigan from 2 years ago, but they still got some pretty good talent. Missing their head coach tomorrow, but we're going to learn some stuff about a couple teams tomorrow. I think we'll learn stuff about Michigan, Nebraska, Indiana, Illinois. So those would be ones to watch. You said you had some other notes written down. What else did you take away?
So somebody earlier, you mentioned Cooper DeJean, actually. You said you feel like Weejan actually is more exciting than Cooper DeJean. It's your feeling.
Maybe it could be right, and it's recency bias because he's done it 2 weeks in a row, and you're like, holy crap! And he did it last year too.
Travis, it's an opinion. Everybody can have them, no matter how wrong they are. Did you?
Okay, Jimmy.
Did you see Did you see where they showed Cooper DeJean on the sideline? I bet you didn't see it.
No, I didn't see him on the sideline, but they drove around with him like in a pregame thing, and they were talking about Farm Tough or Iowa Farm Tough, and they did like this ride along with Cooper DeJean. I saw that, but I didn't see him on the sideline.
Our buddy Brad Heinrichs was standing right next to him.
Was he really?
The camera was like shooting sideways onto Coop like this, and Brad. If you knew Brad, you knew it was Brad. But I'm like, hey, that's Brad Heinrichs. And I went to grab my phone to send him a text of, you were just on TV. And I'm like, his phone is blowing up. 1,000 people.
Yeah, but he answers our text usually pretty quick.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. I'm like, I know that guy.
Some people got my Jimmy joke. I like that.
I saw that. I got it. I liked it. He snuck that in there.
I did. Boom. Right there. But yeah, anything else you walked away? I mean, it's a night to feel good. Was it perfect? No. But you go into a sold-out stadium. You fall behind. You give up 21 points in the first half, and you still find a way to win. And defensively played much, much better in the second half, and that's when they needed to make the plays. And they got the one turnover. I said just after halftime, a turnover is going to decide this game, and that interception did. And what led to that interception was the pass rush on the quarterback, and that was the disruptor. So, all right, Indiana next week, folks. Indiana next week. Is that a night game? I didn't even look at the start time for that.
Hold on.
Somebody earlier said night game, and I'm like, not another night game. We keep doing these friggin' night games.
Might take me 1 second to get there, but hold, efforting. Oh, boy. Why is it on the Yankees? Oh, boy.
Why is it on the Yankees?
It takes me right to the Yankees page for some reason.
We do got
time is TBD, Trav.
All right. We do got some people to thank. First of all,
people are saying 2:30, so
I'll take 2:30. Want to thank the Iowa Lottery. Big supporter of the Black and Gold Rush and the Rush Radio Show. Make sure to get your Iowa Blackout scratch tickets. You can win up to $50,000. If you don't win, you can enter it in the Play It Again promotion. Or you can win a trip to an Iowa football game. I believe it's the Minnesota game. Get a sweet experience, all sorts of good stuff. But again, get your Iowa Blackout tickets from the Iowa Lottery. Gary Presnall. Again, Gary, if you need a mortgage, and it doesn't matter where you're at in the state of Iowa, Gary's your man. He's the best mortgage refinance.
Rates are getting low enough that if you have a real high interest rate, but people are going to be moving around here, man.
Also, thanks to Owen Justice. He's been answering the phone calls. He's going to be in San Diego next week, so he's not going to be answering our phone calls. He's supposed to be training his mom. And Jeanette may be answering phones next week. And Jeanette, the phone screener.
No. And why would you have told people that might happen?
It might happen. Thank you so much for making the Black and Gold Rush a fun show tonight. Enjoy your weekend. Ross and I are back on Monday morning at therushradio.com. Also on YouTube with our regular show, The Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.